Gon vs. Pitou is one of the darkest, most unforgettable moments in Hunter x Hunter. In the manga, it's a tragedy. In the anime, it looks epic, but it misses something crucial. And the reason? One character. When I heard that Togashi Sensei was continuing Hunter x Hunter, I was overjoyed. So I thought, why not rewatch the anime for the 50th time? Yeah. But then I realized something. As big a fan as I am, I had never actually read the manga. So I did what anyone would do. I opened the Shonen Jump app and started reading. And then I reached that moment. The moment in the series where Gon's breakdown, his berserk transformation after losing Kite, and it hit me so much harder than I ever did in the anime. This scene is meant to make the reader feel what Gon feels. But thinking back on the anime version, I realized it had completely missed the point. In Yoshihiro Togashi's manga, the Gon vs. Pitou scene is horrifying. Gon's body twists and mutates, his face becomes unrecognizable, almost monstrous. Togashi's sketchy, chaotic art style amplifies the scene that this isn't a power up, it's a collapse. Gon is sacrificing his future, his life, everything, just to avenge Kite. There's no glory here, no shonen triumph, it's self-destruction on the page. The roughness of the art matters, it makes Gon look wrong. He doesn't look cool, he looks like a boy who has thrown away his humanity, which is basically what happened. The tragedy bleeds through every line. Now, if we compare it to the 2011 anime by Madhouse, the animation is stunning, smooth, fluid, colorful, the music swells, the aura explodes with cinematic flair, and yet that beauty softens the horror. Gon's transformation becomes almost majestic, spectacle instead of despair. The anime frames it like an epic battle moment. The manga frames it like a tragedy. That difference changes how we feel. Instead of recalling in shock, anime viewers might think, wow, that was badass, which completely undercuts the point Togashi was making. I think the biggest difference between the manga and the anime is the emotional weight the viewer is meant to feel, and the core of that weight comes down to one character, Kite. In the manga, Kite is there from the very beginning. Chapter 1. He saves young Gon from a fox bear and reveals the truth. Gon's father is alive, and he's a great hunter. Kite is the spark that sets Gon's entire journey in motion. So when Kite dies at Pitou's hands, Gon's breakdown makes sense. He hasn't just lost a mentor, he's lost the person who gave his life meaning. His dream, his purpose, shattered right in front of him. Now compare that to the 2011 anime. Kite doesn't show up until episode 76, right before the Chimera Ant arc. Gon barely knows him. The audience barely knows him. So when Kite dies, it feels sudden, almost random. That's why Gon's sacrifice for revenge feels so strange in the anime. The rage seems unearned. The grief doesn't land. The manga builds years of emotional weight. The anime rushes Kite in, then rips him away, and expects us to feel the same way. We don't. We can't. Now, if you're an anime only watcher, like I was at first, imagine if Kite had been Killua, or Kurapika, or Leorio, or even Jing himself. Okay, that might be pushing it too far. But you get the point. If it had been a character introduced early, someone with weight and history, it would have completely changed how that moment hit. This is why Gon vs. Pitou feels so different depending on where you experience it. The manga is devastating because it's rooted in years of build-up. Gon loses the person who gave him his dream, and his transformation is collapsed into despair, a perfect portrait of the agony that griefs inflict. The anime is breathtakingly animated, but it's spectacle without foundation. Without Kite's early presence, Gon's sacrifice becomes harder to understand. It's not just a question of style, it's a question of story. Who Kite is, and when he appears, makes all the difference. Now, don't get me wrong, both versions are incredible in their own way. The anime deserves credit for its stunning animation and unforgettable imagery, and the manga, on the other hand, delivers raw, unfiltered despair. But for me, the manga hits harder, plain and simple. It's because it never lets us forget that Gon's transformation isn't triumph, it's a tragedy. And that's what makes Hunter x Hunter, for me, one of the most poignant stories in a manga, especially a shonen. Thank you so much for watching. If this breakdown gave you something to think about, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into best and darkest moments in anime and manga. If you want to support the channel directly, consider joining my Patreon. It really makes a big difference. I appreciate you being here. This is just the beginning, and I'll be back with more soon. Be right back.